I'd guess that if I asked most of you about Buffalo Soldiers, your mind would jump straight to the Bob Marley song. And you'd be right. Marley was singing about these very men. But today, we're talking about the real Buffalo Soldiers, the black cavalry troopers of the post-Civil War U.S. Army, who later gave their name to all African-American enlisted men who served on the frontier during the Indian Wars. 18 Buffalo Soldiers earned the Medal of Honor. One of the most overlooked among them is Augustus Walley, arguably the least-known recipient from these legendary regiments. Reisterstown, Maryland, March 10, 1856. Augustus Walley is born into slavery on the edge of a nation tearing itself apart. As the Civil War rages, Union soldiers in their blue coats march past the fields where young Augustus works. He watches them, disciplined, purposeful, and something plants a seed, the idea of military service, of wearing that uniform himself one day. Emancipation comes in 1865. The shackles are gone, but freedom doesn't mean an easy life. For many newly freed Black Americans, especially in border states like Maryland, it means more hard labor, sharecropping, day work, scraping by under the same sun that once beat down on them as slaves. Augustus stays local, laboring in those same Reisterstown fields, building resilience one grueling day at a time. Then, at age 22, in November 1878, he makes his move. He walks into a recruiting office in Baltimore and enlists in the U.S. Army. Assigned to Troop I, 9th Cavalry Regiment, one of the all-black Buffalo Soldier units. These regiments were born out of necessity after the Civil War, to police the vast frontier, protect settlers, chase down raiders. They drew the harshest posts, remote forts, brutal winters, scorching summers, constant danger from hostile tribes and outlaws. Yet the Buffalo Soldiers built an unbreakable reputation for toughness, horsemanship, and courage. For a man like Walley, the Army offered steady pay, structure, respect, and a chance to prove himself in a world that had long denied him both. Fast forward to August 16, 1881, in the rugged Cuchillo Negro Mountains of New Mexico Territory. A civilian rushes into camp. Apaches have attacked a nearby ranch. Lieutenant Gustavus Valois sends Lieutenant George R. Burnett with a small detachment, about 15 troopers, including Private Walley, to investigate and pursue. They pick up the trail fast and follow it deep into the mountains. The Apaches are waiting, dug into strong defensive positions, using rocks, crevices, and high ground for perfect cover. Burnett deploys his men, left flank, right flank, himself in the center. Heavy fire erupts immediately. Bullets ricochet off stone, horses panic. The assault stalls. Valois arrives with reinforcements on. Burnett orders his men to fight their way over, charging through the gauntlet to link up. Then comes the retreat order, pull back to better ground. Most make it, but 4 troopers are cut off, stranded as Apaches maneuver to surround them. 2 can't move under their own power. Lieutenant Burnett, First Sergeant Moses Williams, and Private Augustus Walley see the danger and don't hesitate. They dash forward, under withering fire. Walley and Burnett reach the wounded men, hauling them up, carrying or dragging them to safety, while Williams and the others lay down fierce covering fire. It's chaos, bullets whining, dust kicking up, a running fight that stretches 8 to 10 miles into the foothills before the Apaches finally break off. For that day of raw courage, especially Walley's daring rescue, Lieutenant Burnett later recommends him for the Medal of Honor. 9 years pass before it's approved, October 1, 1890. The citation is classic for the era, short and understated. Bravery in action with hostile Apaches. But we know the details. One man charging into hell to save his comrades. Walley's story doesn't end there. He transfers to the 10th Cavalry and keeps serving. In 1898, during the Spanish-American War, he deploys to Cuba with Troop I. On July 1st, amid the famous charge up San Juan Hill, fighting alongside Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders, Walley rushes under heavy Spanish fire to carry a wounded major from the 1st U.S. Volunteer Cavalry to safety, alongside Captain Charles G. Ayres. Recommended for a second Medal of Honor, it gets downgraded to a Certificate of Merit for gallantry. Still, another testament to his unbreakable nerve. He serves 2 years in the Philippine-American War, facing new insurgent threats in the jungles. Finally, After more than 30 years of service, he retires as first sergeant at Fort Washakie, Wyoming, in February 1907. Even in World War I, at age 62, he's recalled to active duty as first sergeant in the Sanitary Corps at Camp. Augustus Walley passes away on April 9, 1938, and is laid to rest in St. Luke's United Methodist Church Cemetery in Reisterstown, right back where his journey began. In 1995, on Memorial Day, a Medal of Honor marker is placed at his grave, and a nearby street is renamed Augustus Walley Way. Think about it, a man born enslaved, who spent decades fighting and saving lives for the very nation that once considered him property. His is one of those unbelievable, under-the-radar stories that deserve to be told. If this hit you, hit like, subscribe for more forgotten Medal of Honor tales, heroic stands, and battles that history overlooked. Drop in the comments, which obscure hero should we cover next? Share this to keep legends like Augustus Walley alive. Thanks for watching.